Welcome back. Here is a new video for you on great English writers and their unique titles. I have already produced a video on this topic. I have added useful information about the great English writers and the titles attributed to them by their contemporaries and critics. This video will be helpful for the students who have been taking competitive exams such as NET and SET exams conducted by UGC India. I have already produced many videos on English drama, poetry and criticism. You can watch all these videos on this particular channel. You can also visit my website. The link of that website is on the screen. You can go to that website and search useful content there. I don't want to waste your time, but before I leave the camera, if you really like the videos produced by this channel, do like and subscribe Literature Guide so that I can produce useful videos for you in future also. I am very much thankful to my subscribers and non-subscribers who have given great support to this channel. Let's dive into the video and enjoy the video.
Great English writers and their unique titles. The Inspired Charity Boy, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Corn Law Rhymer, Ebenezer Elliott. An Archangel, Slightly Damaged, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Matchless Fireside Companion, John Keats. The Lady of the Christ College, John Milton. A Notable English Italo-Machiavellian, Andrew Marvell. A Conceited Monkey, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Heaven-Taught Ploughman, Robert Burns. Poet of Terror, Robert Frost. Poet of the Devil's Party, John Milton. An Atheist, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Father of English Romanticism, Samuel Taylor Coleridge and William Wordsworth. The English Juvenal, George Crabbe. Young Juvenal, Thomas Nash. High Priest of Nature, William Wordsworth. The Sage of Highgate, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Cracked Archangel, Thomas Browne. Sappho, Lady Mary Wortley Montagu. The Novelist's Novelist, James Turgenev. The Bard of Ayrshire, Robert Burns. The American Walter Scott, James Fenimore Cooper. North American Borges, Gene Wolfe. The Father of Science Fiction, H.G. Wells. Chameleon Poet, John Keats. American Agatha Christie, Mary Roberts Rinehart. The Storyteller, Robert Louis Stevenson. The Father of English Press, William Caxton. The Iconoclast, George Bernard Shaw. The Father of Historical Novel, Sir Walter Scott. Mrs. Midnight, Christopher Smart. The Father of Gothic Novel, Horace Walpole. The Puck of Commentators, George Stephens. Water Poet, John Taylor. The Father of English Comedy, Ben Jonson. The Great Oracle of the Anti-Christian, John Toland. The Father of the Drab Age, Sir Thomas Wyatt. The Greatest Mannerist, Thomas Carlyle. The Father of Epic Poetry, Homer. The Father of Tragedy, Aeschylus. The Historian of Heroism, Thomas North. The Father of English Short Story, Edgar Allan Poe. The First National Poet, Geoffrey Chaucer. Forerunner of Wordsworth, Henry Vaughan. Father of English Deism, Edward Herbert. Little Spitfire, Hester Chapone. The father of English poetry, Geoffrey Chaucer. A hyena in petticoats, Mary Wollstonecraft. The father of printing, Johannes Gutenberg. Tragedy personified, Sarah Siddons. The father of couplet, Edmund Waller. Miss Poppy Seed, an indefatigable compounder of novels, Amelia Opie. The Chantress, Mary Jones. The Queen of Calvary, Emily Dickinson. The father of comedy, Aristophanes. Twin souls of the drama, Francis Beaumont and John Fletcher. The father of English biblical criticism, Henry Hammond. The father of English novel, Henry Fielding. The champion of human law, John Selden. The father of modern agnosticism, David Hume. England's darling, Alfred, King of Wessex. The father of English criticism, John Dryden. The Burns of the 15th century, William Dunbar. The bard, William Shakespeare. The father of English essay, Francis Bacon. The critic's critic, William Hazlitt. The poet's poet, Edmund Spenser. The father of modern English drama, Henry Gibson. The child of Renaissance, Edmund Spenser. Morning star of the Reformation, John Wycliffe. The father of English sonnet, Sir Thomas Wyatt. Morning star of the Renaissance, Geoffrey Chaucer. Opium eater, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. The father of essay, Montaigne. The prince of the English essay, Charles Lamb. The father of English learning, Venerable Bede. The Chaucer of Scotland, William Dunbar. The father of English prose, King Alfred. The jewel of Elizabeth's court, Sir Philip Sidney. Scorpion, John Gibson Lockhart. The Ettrick Shepherd, James Hogg. Wizard Earl, Earl of Northumberland. The father of English religious nonconformity, John Wycliffe. The monk, Matthew Gregory Lewis. The man of feeling, Henry Mackenzie. The founder of satire, Gaius Lucilius. Prince of Triflers, Winthrop Mackworth Praed. An illiberal, John Ruskin. Hellraiser, Christopher Marlowe. Second Chaucer, Edmund Spenser. A blood and thunder dramatist, Thomas Kidd. University of Knowledge, Ralph Waldo Emerson. English Seneca, Thomas Kidd. In Henny Orso, Thomas Nash. The Victor, Oliver Cromwell, the Protector. Yeoman of the Guard, Richard Hicks. The poet of landscape, Wystan Hugh Auden. The originator of neo-romantic poetry, Dylan Marlice Thomas. Philosophic amateur, Thomas Ernest Hume. The enemy of intellectualism in verse, Dylan Thomas. Poet of the Open Sea, John Masefield. Poet of the Open Road, William Henry Davis. The Queens of Crime Fiction, Agatha Christie, Dorothy L. Sayers, and Marjorie Allingham. The founder of the Society of Friends, George Fox. Defender of the Faith, Charles II. The Shakespeare of Romance, Anne Radcliffe. Gunpowder Priestley, Joseph Priestley. The grandfather of the French symbolists, Charles Baudelaire. The Blonde Angel, Arthur Symonds. Patriot, Saint, and Sage, Joseph Priestley. Father of French symbolism, Charles Baudelaire. Émile Fabreau, the better craftsman, Ezra Pound. The first critic of French symbolism, Arthur Symonds. The first interpreter of symbolism to English poets, Arthur Symonds. The first poetess of romance fiction, Anne Radcliffe. Apostle of the grotesque, Aubrey Beardsley. Rosarius Arum of all the 90s, Ernest Dowson. The Rhymer of Scotland, William Dunbar. The perfect magician of French letters, Théophile Gautier. The leader of the symbolists, Paul Verlaine. The incomparable Max, Henry Maximilian Bierbaum. The pioneer of stream of consciousness technique, Dorothy Richardson. The founder of surrealism, André Breton. The founder of vorticism, Percy Wyndham Lewis. Fire-eating propagandist, Ezra Pound. High priest of Iarchus, Algernon Charles Swinburne. The originator of deconstruction, Jacques Derrida. The founder of vorticism, Percy Wyndham Lewis. Half nun, half whore, Anna Akhmatova. An impudent mythomaniac, Thomas Edward Lawrence. Dr. Irrefragabilis, the unanswerable Doctor, Alexander of Hales. The young pretender, or Bonnie Prince Charlie, Vittorio Alfieri. Dr. Mirabilis, Roger Bacon. The immortal Joanna, Joanna Bailey. The greatest of love poets, Robert Browning, titled by G.K. Chesterton. The voice of the 20th century, Franz Kafka by Wystan Hugh Auden. The founder of modern naturalistic drama, Henrik Ibsen. Lanthe, Mary Betterton by Samuel Pepys. The maudlin prince of mournful sonneteers, William Lyle Bowles by George Gordon Byron. The inventor of the fair-haired demon of modern fiction, Mary Elizabeth Braddon by Margaret Oliphant. The Nolan, Giordano Bruno by James Joyce. School Miss Alfred, Alfred Tennyson by Edward Bulwer Lytton. A rouged and padded fop, Edward Bulwer Lytton by Alfred Tennyson. Eden, Christopher Brennan by Stefan Mallarmé. The founder of Society of Authors, Sir Walter Besant. A woman of noble plainness, Julia Margaret Cameron by Anne-Isabella Thackeray Ritchie. Remarkably clever, Sarah Coleridge by William Wordsworth. England's most articulate village voice, John Clare by Ronald Blythe. Cheney, huge of size, George Cheney by John Gay. Greybeard corrupter of our listening youth, Philip Chesterfield by William Cooper. The Marvellous Boy, Thomas Chatterton by William Wordsworth. Of uncommon importance to literature, Archibald Constable by Sir Walter Scott. Nature's sternest painter yet the best, George Crabbe by George Gordon Byron. The emotional prototype of the American, Michel Guillaume de Crèvecoeur by David Herbert Lawrence. The real practical prototype of the American, Benjamin Franklin by David Herbert Lawrence. Honest patriot, frantic enthusiast, Oliver Cromwell by David Hume. Corrupt hypocrite and true Englishman, Oliver Cromwell by Thomas Carlyle. The two great seminal minds of England, Jeremy Bentham and S.T. Coleridge by John Stuart Mill. Pioneer of animation films, Walt Disney. The laughing philosopher, Democritus. Unjustly neglected poet, George Darley by Thomas Carlyle. Well-languaged Daniel, Samuel Daniel by William Brown. Pioneer of Cubism, Pablo Picasso. The wickedest man in the world, Aleister Crowley by a newspaper. A petty, sneaking knave, Robert Hartley Cromke by William Blake. The Reverend Roly-Poly, George Crowley by George Gordon Byron. Semper Dowland, Semper Dolens, always Dowland, always doleful, John Dowland. The Black Douglas, Sir James Douglas. Dr. Subtilis, John Duns Scotus. Father of American theatre, William Dunlap. The pioneer of Romantic theatre in France, Alexander Dumas. Happy Blessed Trinity, Sir Philip Sidney, Fulk Greville, Edward Dyer. The Great Maria, Maria Edgeworth by Walter Scott. The Matthew Arnold of the 20th century, Thomas Stearns Eliot. Christ II, Charles I by Owen Feltham. The Sour Feeling, Henry Mackenzie by Robert Ferguson. Best Hated Man in Wales, Caradoc Evans. The Father of Roman Poetry, Quintus Ennius. Brother Antoninus, William Everton. Narrow-souled Critic, John Wilson Crocker. Armacanus, Richard Fitzralph. A Questionable Hero, Frederick the Great by Thomas Carlyle. Dr. Syntax, William Gilpin by William Coombe. Little Sid, Sidney Godolphin by Sir John Suckling. Jessamy Bride, Mary Hornock by Oliver Goldsmith. The Official British Man of Letters, Sir Edmund Gosse by H. G. Wells. Upstart Crow, William Shakespeare by Robert Greene. Ape of Euphues, Robert Greene by Gabriel Harvey. Patriarch of Shifters, Robert Greene by Gabriel Harvey. A Drunkard and a Debtor, Robert Greene by Thomas Nash. A Charlatan, George Ivanovich Gurdjieff. Artist of Skepticism, Canute Hampson by Isaac Merritt Singer. A Most Unclubbable Man, Sir John Hawkins by Samuel Johnson. Juno of Majestic Size, Eliza Haywood by Alexander Pope.
I think you liked the video. I will continue producing useful content for you in future also. If you really like the videos and content produced on this channel, do like and subscribe Literature Guide so that this channel can produce useful content for you in future also. I am very much thankful for your support. I will meet you soon with a new and informative topic of English literature. Meet you.
Please subscribe Literature Guide.